Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. EFCC freezes 3 billion naira traced to Sirika's brother's account. Forex reforms attracting FDI, says Cardoso. Protest rock Mina. King Charles diagnosed with cancer. Navy arrests Spain-bound stowaways. Jimmy Solanke dies at 81. Oyo Kaduna Cross River 2 share $540 million Africa Development Bank Fund. Okay, which story?
Take that.
Jimmy Solanke's story. So the master storyteller died.
Oh.
Yes, he died at 81, just a few months to his 82nd second birthday. He died in Shagamu. That's the Jimmy Solanke. And we remember him from our storytelling days on NTA, yes. So he's a folklore musician, film actor, dramatist, poet, playwright, and is renowned for his storytelling that formed most of us as children, and is also a cultural custodian. One of the things I liked is that these influences made me love everything African. Just from anywhere your African story is from, as long as it's African, it's something I can align with. And he
was quite
really
active up until death.
Yes, till death. His art school continued, and his art institution continued in Shagamu. One of those who he had at some point gone to the US, started his storytelling, African folklore career in the US, but he returned in the 80s to Africa, to Nigeria, and lived in the place, Ipararemo, where he was born. And he built a business and career around it.
And lived
a successful life. He's a grandfather, father, his wife survived him, his children and grandchildren. What a beautiful life. And my heart is with Uncle Theo, because I knew him as a very close friend to Uncle Theo Losa.
All right, Tokwe, what's the... Sorry, Mariam, go ahead.
So I have the major headline. EFCC have freezed 3 billion naira that's been traced to past Minister for Aviation's brother, Hadi Sirika. And the story is that the EFCC quizzed Abubakar Ahmed Sirika over an alleged 8.6 billion contract fraud in the Federal Ministry of Aviation. He is the brother to the immediate past minister, and it's believed to have been that the minister awarded him some contracts, that he awarded his own brother these contracts. And he said that some of the contracts that were awarded him, he said 3 contracts were given to his company, or 4 big contracts actually, and it include the construction of the terminal building in Katsina Airport. That was over 1 billion naira. Then we had a fire truck maintenance and refurbishment center in Katsina Airport, over 3 billion. Procurement and installation of elevators, air conditioners, power generator house, procurement of Magnus aircraft and stimulator for Nigerian College of Aviation Technology. And so the EFCC says that they were able to uncover 4 of these contracts worth over 8 billion, which were not executed. And so, as we also remember, the past minister too is also embroiled in what a lot of people are calling like fraud concerning the Nigerian air as well. So EFCC is on it, and we'll see how this is, unravels.
So very stowaway. So 9 men who sneaked into a vessel with the intention to follow it to Spain were caught in Lagos. They were arrested by operatives of the Nigerian Navy after they had sighted clinging onto the vessel. The Nation reports that the merchant vessel was at the Lagos port in Apapa to discharge cargo and was at the Lagos Anchorage area where when the irregular migrants were arrested. So they actually stayed there for 5 days waiting for the vessel to move. Remember, I watched a movie recently about that in Nigeria, where Nigerian stowaways were in the vessel waiting for the vessel to move. So unfortunately, the Nigerian Navy handed them over to the Nigerian Immigration Service Commander, Commodore Kolawole Oguntunga, said that they neither considered the risk to their lives nor the image of the country before embarking on such a journey.
I saw something recently. People get into aircraft and wait for the thing that's about to land and then jump down. They don't think...
How do you jump on an aircraft?
Where in fact, the people in that particular... where the tires open, people in that particular area say that they see a lot of that happening in their neighborhood, because a lot of the stowaways, when it gets to that neighborhood, that the plane starts to open its tires and then He jumped. Of course, some of them jumped to their death. Some of them survived.
The desperation. So another set of desperate people in Minna, Niger State. It was major story all over the papers. The protest that rocked Minna, based on the fact that people were protesting, there was scarcity of food. So the allegation is that a cartel that is bent on sabotaging the good work of the state is they are mopping up foodstuff and livestock. So the protest involved women, vehicular activities. They blocked the road. Motorists and others had to find alternatives. And the protest was that they don't have food. They are hungry. There is no food. Help us get food cheaper. However, the deputy governor, Yakubu Garba, arrived at the scene and assured them that the government was listening to them and working hard to reduce the cost of living. But he also mentioned the real story, which is the story behind the story, that whenever foodstuff is being brought in from Lagos, somebody like a cartel will release the information and they will hire town criers to tell people to gather and block the road. And then they will loot the trucks that are bringing foodstuff from Lagos. And they got the information. So these people came thinking they were able to loot the food truck, and they diverted. They said the trucks that were bringing stuff was now diverted to Gidankwano to the Talba Farm Road. And that the security men got the information that they were going to come and do it again. So when the government now buys food to provide some form of palliative, the food stuff is getting looted, and it doesn't get to the people that it's supposed to get to. And they use the people against themselves. So that's the thing. There are a group of people that we mustn't allow ourselves to get used. At the end of the day, you might be protesting, but somebody is benefiting from your protest. And the government is suffering from this. Individuals couldn't get to their offices because of the protest, and it's so sad.
Yeah. The Punch. Nigerians seek relief as states get 3.3 trillion allocations. Naira's weekends at parallel markets rises at official window. Police comb Kogi forest as gunmen abduct 14 Abuja-bound travelers. Cancer, Biden, Sunak, world leaders sympathize with King Charles. Senate to raise customs 5 trillion naira revenue target. Tinubu Abiodun mourn as Jimmy Shulanka dies at 81. So, which story are we starting with? Let me start with King Charles. So, King Charles has been diagnosed with a form of cancer, says Buckingham Palace. It is not prostate cancer, but was discovered during his recent treatment for enlarged prostate. The type of cancer has not been revealed, but according to a palace statement, the king began regular treatments yesterday. Buckingham Palace said the king remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. Okay?
Yeah, so I have this story from Kogi State. So they say 14 people were kidnapped yesterday in Kogi State. They were in a bus. God is Good Motors and ABC Transport. They were traveling from the east to Abuja, and in Kogi State, they were stopped and abducted. The way the story first broke out was the particular social media influencer, Chudi Namdi. He said that his wife was one of the people who were in the bus, and one of the buses, and the abductors had contacted him, and they were asking for 15 million for each person that was abducted. The police also confirmed this story. They said they heard about it. They went to the area where it happened, and they found 2 buses. They were empty, of course, so at the time could not ascertain the number of people who were in there, but now we know that there were 14 of them. The Kogi State government says that they're doing everything. They're combing the forest to see if there's anything, but they are going to keep investigating.
All right, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.